In this week's episode of Real Life Lessons from a Business Coach, I'm going to explain to you or show you how a company doubled their conversion rate with one simple strategy. One of the things about marketing or about selling is that every buyer has a resistance to buying from you. And the story that I'm about to share with you is one that has worked not just in this particular industry, but in many different industries. But I'm going to share a particular circumstance where I worked with a company that did what they call bath resurfacing. And what we did was we came up with a guarantee. And now this guarantee, what it did was it reversed the risk out of buying from that company and made it more comfortable for the end user or the consumer to make the decision to make the purchase. Now this can work in just about any business. Now I'm not saying guarantees are the be and end all for every business. What I'm saying is that you need to certainly contemplate whether or not there are things that are frustrating your marketplace that may be stopping people from making the decision for buying from you, and come up with a way to overcome those fears. And quite often that can be done with a guarantee. Now people, when I say you need a guarantee or you need to have some sort of a guarantee, will quite often say, but what about the people that are going to rip me off? Well, the reality is it's very rare, and your guarantee doesn't have to be, I'm going to give you your money back. It doesn't have to be there doesn't even need to be anything attached to the guarantee as to what you're going to do if you don't follow through in the guarantee. Obviously, it's better if there's some sort of a reward, but it doesn't have to exist. And we've seen many businesses do this where they've had a guarantee. In fact, you've probably seen people selling machine equipment, exercise equipment on the television late at night, and they have these 30-day money-back guarantees. And the reason they do that at these companies is because it really does work. Now, this company that I worked with, they were not trained in salespeople. In fact, they're all tradespeople, and they were doing this bathroom resurfacing. So they would spray a polyurethane or anyway, it didn't matter what it was, some sort of a coating over the top, some sort of ceramic coating over the top of existing tiles and bath, vanities and baths and showers, etc. So, if you had an outdated bathroom that was like orange or something and you wanted to make it white, rather than having to replace all the entire bathroom for a fraction of the cost, you could get it resurfaced. And now, it was interesting because if you look at the frustration of that industry, the frustration is there's a lot of people, because it's not regulated, you don't actually have to be a spray painter or a tradesperson to do that particular kind of work, and it's not regulated, anybody can do it. So what that meant was in the industry there was a lot of different people that were doing this work that were not qualified or taught or trained properly, that would do a job that was not at the standard that the customer would expect. And they would get things like runs in the spray work, or it would be patchy or miscoloured or something, So what we did was we come up with a guarantee, and I remember saying to these guys, we need to come up with a guarantee, and they said, we've got one. And I said, can you show it to me? And they gave me this bit of paper, and it was full of all these words. I said, what is this? And they said, oh, it's a guarantee. So where'd you get that guarantee from? They said, we got it off the label on a mattress. I said, well, come on guys, we need to come up with something that is going to answer the frustrations of your customers. And so that's what we did. We came up with a guarantee that said, if you're not happy with the job that we've done, we'll redo it again and for free until you are. And that became the guarantee. Now that guarantee doubled their conversion rate, because I could say to the prospect, hey, when you're shopping around, make sure you ask this question. Do they guarantee that you'll be 100% happy with the job, or we'll do it again for free? Now, the reality is that if you're in spray painting by any chance, you'll understand this, but it didn't mean we did the whole bathroom again. It just meant we fixed the floor. So if there was a hair stuck in it, there was a run, there was a bit of miscoloration, there was a patch, they just went back and they repaired it, and that then led them to training their team to do the job properly. And they very rarely did they ever get called back, because every time they did, it cost them money, which then incentivized them to systemize the whole process. Now, for you in your business, how do you come up with a great guarantee? It's a good question. Well, it's quite simple. What I want you to do is I want you to come up with the 3 biggest frustrations that anybody that's dealing with your industry might come across. So for example, if you're in an industry which is tradespeople, you might find that your frustrations are that tradies in your industry don't turn up on time, they overcharge, they make a mess or something like that. So you could guarantee those things aren't going to happen. You might be in the business, I worked with a sign company once, and we guaranteed to have your quote back to you within 48 hours, or your sign was free. And that did 2 things. That made sure that the sign company got the quote back in time, in a timely manner, but also what it did was it got it back before anybody else got their quote back, because we found that most people that we were losing business to were just getting their quotes back faster than we were. So it just gives you this opportunity to reverse all the risk, reduce all the frustrations that your prospects may be feeling when dealing with your industry, and help you overcome those objections. And of course, then that increases your conversion rate. And increasing your conversion rate is something that is undervalued by so many businesses, because as soon as you double your conversion rate, you halve your acquisition cost. That's a whole nother video. But anyway, we'll get to that maybe next week or the week after. All I want to do is encourage you to have a look at how can you guarantee to your customers that you're not going to do the things that frustrate the crap out of them when dealing with people in your industry. Good luck with that. Until next time, have a profitable day.